I will have you know this. Okay, so there might be some noise coming from the capture card. I don't know how to fix that yet. I'm working on it, but just bear with me. I will have you know that this comes in both light mode and dark mode. But I was told about one thing, that it was a little bit too complex. So here's a quick recap to let you know I in fact very much have simpler layouts, i.e. the older Twitch layouts. All of them. So if there's one that suits your fancy, just let me know. Hey. Okay. Okay. The question is, if I move this here, does it affect what I see later? Oh, it's wider screen here too. No, it doesn't affect. It doesn't. I might have to account for that later on. Yeah, I might very well have to account for that much later on. Okay, let's get it on. Sound still going? Let's do it. It's brighter. Oh god. It's brighter. Uh... No thanks. Can we fix that? I'll just go into capture card settings and fix that in just a moment. I think I did that for a different game. I can fix that right now. There we go. Much better. But why didn't it save? I could have sworn it did. So what all do I have? Unbelievable. Well, you're about to find out what Gulp Skip is. Right after I get Swim. What? I don't know how to really swim. But this doesn't make sense. Guidebook. Oh. 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 I get to do Idle Springs now. But I need to check right now. If I check my list of videos... Okay. Screw it. I know what I'm doing instead. It's new game time. I believe you guys get to see this from the very beginning. What I'm about to do, no other speedrunner does, and for good reason. In order to do this, you need to save the game first. Under a different file, preferably. Basically, copy it over. Choose new game and choose the copied file. Yep, write it. I have an entire night to do this. With or without the gulp skip, this is happening. And don't cross your... Don't hold your breath that it's gonna happen with gulp skip. If you did exactly what I said correctly, you're gonna have this infinite super flame relief, which is exactly why I don't mind without gulp skip. Though that's kind of a problem. When you start this game, there's one thing you need to be aware of: double jump. And for this, I enlist the help of a webcam. Let's see. So if I scale this up here, will it affect the one that's... No, it won't. That's all I need to know. Meanwhile, back over here, knowing that works, just a moment. It's a fighting thing. It's a problem. The main thing that matters is double jump. Double jump is a glitch exclusive to Spyro 2 on PS1. Normally, when you jump and then charge, you go downward. But the developers didn't expect you to not do this while moving. The developers didn't expect you to do this while not moving. So this is what happens when you do it while moving. But pay attention here. This is a weird setup for the webcam, but I don't have a real choice. The fact of the matter is, I jumped and then pressed the charge button before the end of the jump. This acts as a double jump. Normally when you jump and charge, whether while moving or at the peak of your jump, you don't get much height out of it. But as you can see, if I do this before the peak of the jump, I get extra height. It's not an end-all to all platforming problems, not by any means, but it does get you places you wouldn't normally need to get otherwise, and this is the most helpful part of it. Doing this on the fly tends to kill momentum, doesn't it? If Gulp Skip were all I needed to... If Double Jump were all I needed to get Gulp Skip going, there wouldn't be a problem here. Infinite Super Flame solves two problems. Some viruses have to be jumped, some viruses have to be charged, some viruses have to be flamed. Super Flame does both at once. Fun fact, you can avoid Zoe, who will try to speak to you. You have to know how to do this in order to save time, that's all that matters. We're not going to do the main thing, which is out of bounds just yet. We don't quite have to, believe it or not. We don't have enough viruses, so portal hasn't activated yet. And that's the only purpose deleting viruses serves out here, to activate superpower portals. Fun fact, that bear with bag of gems is money bags. His whole purpose is to paywall you throughout Avalar. We're going to avoid as much of that as possible through using double jump and going out of bounds in some cases. But also with the help of Infinite Super Flame. That shadow above tells us that Zoe's right up there, which means we're expected to open up a bridge, but we don't have to. We can go back and forth around the bridge both ways. Oh, since this is already open, guess what we're going to do? If you aim yourself properly over here, now, what did I just do and why? You did see there was a ladder texture on the wall. Moneybags knows how to climb ladders. We don't. We have to buy it from him. This is why we were avoiding it.
Thanks for helping me like...
Superfly isn't the main way we're going to cross the bridge because we won't always have it at our disposal. So to tell you we need it, assuming we can only go one way. I have to see we can go both ways. If you're too close to the wall, you won't make it. As I just said, we can in fact make it through the other side the same way. That's why you won't make it. You'll bonk instead. You'll hit the wall. You have to know exactly where to jump from, but there's a very good range. I totally can. That's not right, I'm supposed to be able to... If I reach the wall too soon, I lose. Okay. I can't make that. I don't know why I can't make that. I should be able to. Which tells me one thing. We gotta go through from the other side. The question's kind of up here. Nope, same problem.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. A fairy gave me this.
There are 64 orbs in Avalar. We only have 2 right now. Don't worry, we'll have them all soon. Can't say for how soon, but we'll have them. It's not like we have a choice right now.
Nice shooting!
He's going to go past the wind, so we have ourselves a little problem here. We need to escape. We need to evade her once more. Don't land. Okay. That's every orb in here, and because we did things because we skipped the ladder, we don't have to revisit. But there's still a small problem. We're missing gems and I don't know where. It would tell us if we got every gem. Thankfully, we have a gem detector in this game that doesn't need to be unlocked first. Specifically, the PS1 versions, if you hold all 4 shoulder buttons L1, L2, R1, and R2, sparks will point you to the nearest gem. He's pointing past the wall, which means we need to go out of bounds. We're going to do it anyway. Are you kidding me?
Spyro, thanks for helping us. This magic portal
Okay, so before us. We have 400 gems, we need 500. We only need 200 more, which we wouldn't be able to find all without needing to go to swim. But I just dodged it. Fun fact, if you missed that jump the first time, Hunter will be right there waiting to tell you how to actually glide.
Spyro.
Hello there, Spyro.
Now we know how to swim, we have to go back. Why? Okay, not yet. In fact, that's the whole reason I came down here anyway. With the ability to swim, most you'll be able to do is skim the water. Colossus is up next because it doesn't have an ounce of water inside. It doesn't have a drop. Don't worry, not every level does this to you. Not every level, I promise, not every level will do that to you. And there's nothing behind the walls but death, so don't even bother. There's no way to skip this, I tried.
By constant.
See these statues lying around? Remember where they all are. Remember where all 10 of them are. There are exactly 10 of these statues in this level. there's a catch if you don't let the statue lift. There's a little bit of a gap you can fall into and fall to your death. I know I can make it up there. And there it is. This rock is meant to open that crate over there, that milk container over there, but you don't need it when you have it in Super Flame. Look as much further back as you want, there are no jumps waiting for you back there.
Each time you defeat... As you might have noticed, I have no aim.
Hey, look what...
I'm not messing it up. You can't make it up there without this, without without spring power is just really, really painful. But you can't make it from over here. Instead, you need to go a little higher. Which is going to be a moment. Don't fall.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, now we need to go back and get those 10 statues. We don't have a choice. I almost fell.
Well done!
Excuse me? Oh my god. Didn't think so, but I was crossing my fingers for a moment there.
I thought the...
Oh great. Oh great. the worst part of the soul. A simple game of hockey.
Ah, Spyro! You... Well done! Would you like to try a...
Miss. I'll take that. Hope you didn't. What are you doing? He's not letting this happen. You actually let that happen. What is wrong with you?
Well done!
You actually let that happen. What is wrong with you? Okay, I will spring this up next. And it's assumed that you bought... Yeah, you bought... You bought Swim by this point. You should definitely have enough jumps to be able to by now. If you don't touch anything, you see this exact pattern, here's what you need to do.
Wow! This idol says he's hungry.
There's a phrase, a nursery rhyme for this. It's, what's it again? Oh, that's right. One fish, two fish, one fish.
Okay, Spyro.
Okay, let's move on. I almost hit that gem behind. I almost did. Almost. Kidding. We are in fact following the water current. We are very much following the water current. You hide anything else back there? Okay.
you jump on these? Nice job!
But in fact, if you're an expert speedrunner, you can proxy your way out of this. Proxy meaning squeeze yourself between 2 points and then just get flung back out. It's not a catapult, because you get pushed the exact opposite direction instead of upwards or something. The problem is I'm no such thing and I've tried a few times and then we would get it, so I'm not going to waste your time showing you how, when I don't even know how to do it myself. Much worse, as many videos as I can watch on this, it'd be a waste, because the same applies to Gulp Skip. Meaning I've tried and failed miserably and I'm not supposed to.
Those medals.
So I'm not going to do anything I'm not supposed to do, if by all forces I'm actively being prevented. What the heck? It's a good thing I came back down there. That is to say, this isn't like a scholastic subject where I could suddenly find the ability to do it. No amount of practice will help me in this case. The general case of speedrunning is no amount of practice will help me. I'm not going to win. That's how it is.
Spyro, you're pretty.
Any further down it's a waste, you will go all the way back down. You don't want that. So, let's get back up. Hey, what the heck? We'll come back down here shortly, we just need to go up to the other side first. Because that's where the rest of the gems are. Expert speedrunners would proxy out of that chest and fly through one of the windows out here. Probably the ones on the left-hand side. Can't remember where, but there's a rocket out here. But it's useless because I already broke the metal crate at the very beginning of this level. Okay, what's going on here? We see 6 idols standing on top of a statue, but a super speed power-up. You have to hit all 6 of these idols in one shot. Otherwise, you'll be thrown right back onto the idols, then reassembled. Expert speedrunners could do this and get every gem on the way out. I'm no such thing, so I am going to have to go all the way back around.
Look at that.
That is quite possible to... It is quite possible to get every gem on the way up. But only if you're an expert speedrunner. Also, exactly 1 hour has passed. Expert speedrunners will be halfway through the game by now, if not a little further. We have 3 talismans. What I'm about to do next needs only 1. But I did it for the gems. And you'll find out why when we get there. Okay. I am here, sitting at the edge of land, into some water. Question is why? I've spoken about double jump, but now I'm about to speak about, now I'm about to speak about swimming here. When you dive underwater, you enter a diving animation. While underwater, after having dived through a plane of water, plane treated as water, you enter a swimming state. exit the water, you exit the swimming state, meaning that on the surfaces of water planes and on land, you are in a dry land state. You'll be able to tell the difference between the two as long as you have sparks. He is encased in a bubble. And so, what happens if you try to dive underwater but fail, and are therefore on dry land, but are still in a swimming state? You are then swimming in the air. Swimming air. You are no longer... You are underwater in the air. You have dived into the water, but are still in the air. You have officially begun swimming in the air. Swimming air. Things to note. Spyro cannot breathe fire underwater. And so your super plane is treated as such, being an underwater super plane. Why do I mention this? Because if you hit viruses, including fodder, on dry land with an underwater super flame, the game will not know what to do, will not know how to comprehend it or calculate it, will not understand it, and will crash. But why did I do this? Why is this important? Why would I explain this? See that patch sticking deep into the ground. We are about to go, or as of right now, we are out of bounds, i.e., we are outside of the bounds in which we are supposed to be able to do anything. Out of bounds as developers did not intend. And for this time, a very good reason. That dark protrusion into the ground, that leads to Crush's dungeon. You need 6 talismans to get to Crush's dungeon. 3 if you did what I did, 1 if you're an expert speedrunner. We skipped needing those 3 talismans, but after seeing what comes next, you will be confused as to why I did when I'm just going to have to come back and get the other 3 talismans anyway. For reasons different than those of expert speedrunners. We are going to swim our way over to Crush's dungeon, and skip the need for the other 3 talismans. But there is one last thing. Locked portals. Take this portal for example. This portal leads to some kind of speedway. The problem is, the portal's unavailable right now. And so it is in fact still there, just locked. Portals in a locked state are stored below their arches. So if I swim under a locked portal, I enter the portal. We do not want to do that while we are in a swimming air state, because then we will have to go back and do this process all over again. However you managed to get here without swimming would be beyond me. But there is one last thing. The same way you can get out of bounds while swimming air is the same way you can get out of bounds without swimming air. Into places where you need to be while swimming. Take that dark pit down there. Or that not dark pit, that section that's supposed to be underwater. I could in fact use double jump to get out of bounds and find myself into that section. but the problem is, I did not dive underwater to achieve it. And so I am too deep to escape even through double jump, and having clipped back in bounds through the one-way walls, I would officially softlock myself and need to reload the save file. Okay, let's do it. Avoiding all locked portals, of course. And anywhere else that we might softlock. For instance, there's a section over here that requires you to open a door in order to get the orb. But the door is locked right now. If I go in there and get the orb, I am soft locked. Because the door is closed and there's no other way to open it from the inside, only the outside. And then there are those windows. Those windows are lying. Those are actually invisible walls, all of them. I tried double jumping out of there, it would not let me.
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro.
No! Cry!
Say hello to Autumn Plains, the end of most people's hopes and dreams. We can't swing air our way out of this one. We can't. No matter how hard we try, no matter how much we want to, we cannot swing air our way out of this one. We just can't. The edge of the water and the land, the edge of the land and the water do not, the edge of the water and land do not meet close enough for me to pull this off. So swimming area is out of the question. Therefore, gulp skip, the showstopper. There's many bags down there ready to sell us the ability to get the information we need to climb ladders for 500 gems. I'm going to try very hard to skip this and fail miserably. See this portal? This portal leads to Breeze Harbor. Don't enter this portal. Instead, land on top of it. How? By attempting to double jump and glide along the wall, partially facing the wall halfway, then the other half facing into the wall, less alongside it. Here, let me explain. But you have to be close enough to do it. I'm purposely facing halfway into the wall, halfway out of it, so I do not ram into the wall, but also so I can just glide alongside to the best of my ability. which, as you can see, isn't very much. I'm going to need a moment to get up there. I'll just cut the video to the point where I do. Well, that one and only time, I will clip so I can see exactly what I was doing. But now here comes the next part, equally as bad. I told you about double jump, now get ready for flop jump. And nudge jump. What's a flop jump? It's when you double jump, but don't hold the button after you jump. You press both buttons and you let them go immediately. Too far away for that one. As you might have noticed, I wasn't holding the buttons when I did this. But we need to do this only while he's stopping, not while he's moving. You can't land on the other side, you'll just fall straight down. End of story. So I hit the wall there, so it's clearly not helping. That was too late. I stopped. I still stopped. Too far away. And I fell back down. There is no other way up, except that way, except the exact way. There is no other way up on Earth. And so I have no choice but to use the ladders. So, there's one problem already.
Well, well.
Told you that's showstopper. That's exactly why I got. That's exactly why I got all those gems. Because I'm unable to do it any other way on Earth. Let's assume you did and you made it up here. So then what? See that ledge up there? You need to go on the other side. You need to land on the other side of it. Not this side, the opposite side. You land on this side, you're just gonna fall back down. End of story. And with that, you can make it over here. If you try to land on the other side, if you try to land anywhere else, you will fall back down. Yeah, I guess where we're going. We need to double jump onto the other side of this roofing here. And we did it. What comes next isn't important except that Zoe zapping you here will help you respawn here in case you die. If you don't, you start from the very beginning where you spawn when you enter this place in the first place. But there is one more thing I'd like to do before I continue. the whirlwind will stop you if you unless you fall through a specific corner. This one. You can't see it, but we're behind a one-way breakable wall, which means do not run, or you will break the wall, and you will be on the point to skip. The whole idea is to clip yourself halfway through the one breakable wall and halfway through the floor here, so that your shadow is visible on the floor. And then you can land on the floor too, but without grabbing any of the gems outside. But then you need to land down. I did not land through the floor. I did not win. And I won't win. There's a problem with this skip anyway. Doesn't matter if I can do it or not. For reasons I will explain later. The camera will do its best to not cooperate with you. That can happen too. And as you might have guessed, there's no other way around it, because we're surrounded by pure walls, so there's no way to out of bounds your way out of this one. Double jump will not help you. This is where you spawn it so he doesn't zap you. By this point, most people would have finished the game. 100%. I'm not lying when I say this. But I guess it's not happening. Which means we have to go back and get the other 6 talismans, because we need 14 talismans to meet goal. It's the only way it's going to happen.